check. 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah. Come on, lift it up. Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. For your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bust or not.
Come on, blaze up. You know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Have you or a friend liked the video yet? Just a quick question or whatever the case may be. Have you or a friend liked the video yet, girl? Y'all know I don't normally go live this early, but I got a couple of lives to do today. So because of that, we're going to joke a little early when it comes to Monique. Now at 5 o'clock, we're going to do a baddies live. This is for all my ghetto girls who like the baddies. We're going to do baddies today at 5 p.m. Meet me there. Beat me there. Don't meet me there. Something like that. I'm so happy to be back, y'all. I had a wonderful time. Some things transpired. They took my phone, stole my phone and all of that, but I still had a wonderful time. I wish I would have stayed a little longer, but yet and still I'm back and happy to be here at the Dollhouse because, I mean, where else could you go? If you can't go to the Dollhouse, where the hell could you go? You know what I'm saying? So here I am back at the Dollhouse. I am encouraging everyone, please like the video. Please let the people know we around here josing. We get the video in the algorithm. I am still not monetized. So if you would like to support the channel, the Cash App is right there. Right there. You can hit me up there if that's what you want to do. If not, we still gonna joke. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to tell you guys that I had a wonderful time. New Orleans don't owe me nothing except my money back for them crawfish. Because, baby, that crawfish was $15 a pound. Do you hear me? I eat 5 pounds. They wanted $15 a pound. That's the only thing New Orleans owed me. That my money for them crawfish. Because, you know what I mean? Ooh. You know? Other than a pound. Yes, DT, a pound. Not an ounce. Not a ton. A pound, okay? $15 a pound. So other than that, I had a great time, you know, other than them robbing me out of $15 a pound for some crawfish, you know. But anyways, J Girl said you had a grand time. I'm so happy. Inflation is wilding. I don't know who wilding. Whoever it is owe me at least $8 back on that crawfish. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you guys, so I didn't have a phone for a few days, but I was updated and downloaded on what's been going on. And we are here to talk about Monique. Okay? Now, like I said before, let me see where we are on the likes. I need everybody. Okay, we got 106 likes, but we got 181 people in here watching. Can I get a few more likes? Hey, Auntie. What's going on, Auntie? I'm back. Yes. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. I'm so happy to be back. I miss all of y'all so much. That's way too high, Trissy. Trissy, you don't understand. $12.99 in Alexandria. It's just, you know. It just, you know, I don't know. I don't too particularly care for it, but I wanted some crawfish, so I didn't get as many as I normally got. You know what I'm saying? Can we get some more likes? 117 likes and 191 people watching. I need some more likes, please, and thank you. I've been watching your encore recaps, cracking up. Oh yeah, we gonna joke for 5 o'clock on the because I have some things to say about baddies. Okay, there's some things to say. I was gonna make videos, but at first I ain't had no phone because I could have made the video while I was out there, but I ain't had no phone, child. So we gonna joke that at 5 o'clock. Baddies East reunion part 1 review will be at 5 p.m. Be there or be square. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Please like the video on your way through the door. Let's get into it. So Monique, no, they were not a decent size, Sandy. They were small because they're not in season. So no, nope. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Let me say this, y'all. Monique. Now, before we dive into this whole thing with Monique, I would like to say, Portia said, who swallowed my phone? Girl, it might have been TD. Take that for all I know. All I know is it was gone, girl. Gone. You know what I'm saying? And listen, we was trying to get to our hotel, which was boxed in by the parade. And I had a purse on because I wasn't at the parade. We was trying to get to the hotel to drop things off to go to the parade. I had my purse on, a purse with a lot of valuable things and money inside. So I had my purse on, and I also had my phone in my hand. Now I'm watching everybody moving, so I'm like, I don't want to open my purse because I know if I open my purse, it's over. So I said, well, let me go ahead on it because I had deep pockets. Let me put my phone in my pocket. My first priority was to guard the bag, literally. That was my first priority because I was like, I can get another phone, but if they take everything out this purse, if they snatch this purse up, I'm over, you know. So I guarded the purse and they took the phone. It was a trade for trade. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, I hope they like the things, some of the home videos I have in there. You feel me? I seen a few dolls when I was down there. Shout out to the dolls who came up and was like, hey girl, hey. I love seeing y'all when I'm out and about. If y'all see me, don't be shy. Just pull up and say, is you the doll? And I'm gonna say, sure is. Who is the voodoo doll is? The nigga you just had up there. That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Hey Nicole, pulling up from Facebook. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yes, Kima TV. Like the video. Like the video. So let me just say this as we start on Monique. Monique, you know, when I first started talking about this interview with Shannon Sharp, there was one thing that I said, okay? It was one thing that I said, and how do you say? It was one thing that I said, and I got some pushback from it. Yes, I did. There was people who was over there saying, oh, you overdoing it. You don't know what love is. You da da da. Okay, I said that it was cringe. While every time you turn around, what's this lady named Monique can't do an interview without Daddy jumping in every 5 seconds. I say it's one thing to support, but it's another thing when you're over. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like he needs to be in there. You know? I said it. I know I said it. I know I said it. Well, there was a lot of people in the comments, oh, Voodoo, you hating. You don't know what you talking about. That's real love. As if I don't know what real love is. When a lot of the bitches in the comments telling me I don't know what real love is, ain't never seen love because their mom ain't never had love and neither did they. But yet me, a person who's coming from a household that's been married for 40 years, 41 years this year, 40 years, 41 years married, and has been married myself and also engaged too. I love. What can I say? I was engaged and married at the same time, but this not about me. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say. So just because I was engaged and married at the same time, that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is I know what love looks like because I've seen it. And it's not always pretty and it's not always hearts and roses, right? But for me to point out that there's something not quite right about this daddy thing, and you know, going back to her trauma from kids. Oh, you don't know. You just hate. Da 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 da. Well, long story short, the son comes out. He's addressing his mother in the absence of a so-called relationship that they had, because apparently, according to Monique's words and his, they did not have a good relationship. This is her words and his, right? She even said, and I got the footage, she even said that, what's wrong with my hair? She even said that she chose her career over her child. She wanted to be a star more than she wanted to be a mother, right? And when she said that, that was one thing. But then to have daddy respond to her son, that was a whole horse of a different color. And I didn't too particularly like it because I felt like daddy, shut the fuck up. First of all, you shut up. Ain't nobody talking to you. I don't like the fact that you said we got 3 sons when in all actuality is what, 4 or 5? You know what I'm saying? G Power said, I don't know what's worse, Krishan or Monique. Were they both from Baltimore? No shade, B more. Come get your people. That's all I'm saying. No shade, but come get your people. You know, I'm just saying they both from Baltimore. No shade. Shout out to the people from Baltimore. They say y'all got good crab legs up there. I don't know. I ain't never been up there. I don't go up there. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, you know, come get your people. That's all. Shout out to Baltimore, you know. But anyways, so yeah, when I pointed it out, everybody had a problem. Oh, she hating, she don't know what love is, da 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 da. And here come daddy responding to something that had nothing to do with him. You want to say you only got 3 sons when the fact of the matter is you have more than 3 sons. If you married how the old folks used to say, what comes with the cow, the calf come with the cow. You got to take the calf with the cow. You know what I'm saying? How is that different now? He wouldn't let her get a word in her about her son, but I think she let him do that. So she won't take too much accountability. You're right, Shay. And listen, Shay, this the gag. I've been peeping that during the regular interviews. That's why I said he don't need to be in on that Club Shay Shay interview. I said that. He does not need to be in on that interview because when he's in the interview, it's like he takes over. It's almost like he lives vicariously through her. That's literally what I'm getting. I'm getting he lives vicariously through her, and she has this thing where it's okay because she gets something in return. She gets a daddy. I told y'all a couple of lives ago when we talked about Monique the last time. I said Monique is mentally and psychologically still stuck in whatever age she was, whatever age the trauma took place, and she looked to her real father, her biological father. Listen to me. Whatever age Monique was she looked to her biological father for help, for protection. Whatever age that was, and her biological father let her down, Monique has never psychologically grown up from that age. She has never psychologically grown up from that age. And what happens is you get a kind like Sydney, who comes in and recognizes that weakness, right? And then they see that weakness and they play on it. Oh shit, she's got this weakness. Let me go and fill that void. Let me go and fill that void and be the daddy that she's missing. Which is why you can get a grown woman, 60 years old, 60 plus old, that get up here and say a man that she takes care of is raising her. Even if he took care of her, that she can say at that big age, at 60 something years old, that there's a man somewhere raising her. That is because he is raising her, because psychologically, Monique is still stuck. I don't know how old she was when that trauma happened and she looked for her daddy to help her. Whatever age she was, that's where she psychologically stopped growing up. Okay. So now she's looking to daddy, saying he raised me, because she was stuck there. Whatever he told her to, in her mind, get her out of that or move her, progress her forward. That's why she can sit up here and say he raised me. Now, when you are being raised, how can you raise a child? How can a child raise a child? I don't care how old she is. I don't care how big she is. Yes, psychological manipulation, Nene. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Psychological manipulation. It's no different from if I meet a friend, let's say I meet a friend, a female friend, we just friends, but I know that she has a weakness with spending money, so much so that it's affecting her life, her family, da 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 da, and nobody has ever been able to help this girl. If I come along and give this girl a financial plan that actually works, that she can stick to, and now her life is better, she's probably going to look to me as someone in high regard, and or depending on how psychologically messed up she was prior to, she's going to look to me in some type of godlike figure because I was able to do something that nobody else was able to do. It's the same thing with Monique. Like I said, she around here saying that man raised her, But at the end of the day, she had a child before she started dating that man. I know she said she'd been knowing him since 10th grade. And let me tell you something. I know a lot of women in that era. Let's talk about this before we get into it. There are a lot of women in that era. A lot of women in that era who be lying their ass off about these men, right? Oh, I've been knowing him since high school. Lies. The lies. The lies. You didn't know that man, mama. I did. I knew him in 9th grade. No, you didn't, mama. No, you did not. No, you did not. It happens all the time. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't know that man in 10th grade. You're lying. You don't know you was mama. You didn't know that man. So as a child, psychologically, how you gonna raise another child? That's why she had no interest in being a mother. That's why she had no interest in being a wife, because she, in her mind, was still trying to figure out how to grow up. Does that make sense? So she goes on to have this child and felt like she was going to appease everything and ease everything over by giving him things. Let me say this part, because this reminds me of a lot of the women in 2024. See, in 2024 and 2023, we can say last year, there were a lot of women talking about getting the bag, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with women getting the bag. I salute women who get to their bread, who take care of their families as they should. I would never tell a woman you should not get to the bag. But let me say this. When you are getting to the bag, something has to suffer. Let me say that again, because see, a lot of people are going to miss that part in the back. Let me say that again. When you are getting the bag or chasing the bag, something has to suffer, because full attention is on the bag. You know what I mean? So with that being said, now you around here chasing the bag, and if you have children, guess what your children get? Nothing. And you, as a person who's chasing the bag, who feel like all value is in the bag, or making sure your child has a wonderful house, or making sure your child has nice shoes on his feet, or making sure your child has a pool in the yard, or making sure your child has all these things, your child is going to suffer because you are not present. Do you get it? And you know, you don't realize it when you're in it. You know, I'll never forget it. I had this when we were talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I hate bringing up Mel because her fans are weird. Not all of them, but they got a lot of them that are weird. But I gotta say this part. There was an episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Mel, if y'all don't know who that is, Melody Holt was married to Martell Holt. They got divorced. They have 4 kids together. Martell was getting upset because Mel was booked and busy, as she should be. You know what I'm saying? Booked and busy. She got this going on over here, that going over there, appearance, business. He was saying, hey, just bring the kids to me if you're gonna be running all over the street instead of having all these people watch the kids. Said makes sense to me, because at the end of the day, them kids, it don't matter if she's bringing them to their mama all the time. She's gonna be too busy, and being busy, hey, you better watch that. Your kids can suffer. And it was a whole lot of black women. Oh, she could get to the bag. She could get to the bag. She could do both. No, you cannot. Unless you're gonna have, even if you have them kids on your hip at every doggone second of your run, you still cannot give both full attention. You can't. It's physically impossible. So with that being said, let me get back to Mel. Mel being booked and busy is great for money, but if she's too booked, and I don't know what it is, but if she's too booked and busy, the kids will suffer because they will not have their mother, okay? Now let's go back to Monique. Monique sounds like she never wanted children from the beginning. It sounds like this little boy got in the way of her so-called dream to go and be a star. That was Monique's dream. Monique's dream was to become a star. That's it. Monique wasn't worried about having no children. You know what I'm saying? Monique wasn't worried about being married. Monique wanted to be in Hollywood. She wanted to be a star. Oh, yes, Sonny. Kids will resent the F out of you. Don't stop acting crazy. They will resent you, and you'll be sitting there like Monique saying, but I did all of this for you. Them churn don't care about that. Them churn don't care about none of that. They don't care. Them churn don't care. You wasn't there. And let me just say this before we move on. A lot of people will look at that and say that these kids are ungrateful, when a lot of times they not ungrateful. They really not. Because you got to understand the life lessons, or not the life lessons. Let me say this again. You have to understand the value that comes from both parents, right? A girl who grows up without the influence and or the presence of her father suffers gravely. Let me say that again. A girl who grows up without the influence and or the presence of her father suffers gravely in her confidence, her self-worth, her ability to choose a mate, her ability to understand what a man is supposed to do when he loves you in all facets, right? And then on the flip side, a boy who doesn't grow up with the relationship and or the influence of a mother suffers gravely. Are you guys familiar with the red pill community? Let me say that again. Are you guys or anybody in this chat familiar with the red pill community? Most of them, when you peel back the layers as to what's really wrong with them, it's mommy issues. It's the mommy issues. Even if they say it was a third grade person, I met this girl in third grade and she broke my heart. Yeah. That's the little sneak. Ask them about the relationship with their mamas. Now, why is this important? When a boy doesn't have the relationship and or the influence of his mother, that child suffers gravely, right? Because they need that nurturing from the mother. This is why two parents are essential, even if y'all not together. This is why two parents are essential, because a boy needs the nurturing and the love and care from a mother. All kids do, but let's talk about with boys. A boy needs that from his mother, and he needs the preparation and the wherewithal and know-how to be a man from his dad. But he can survive. He can survive without the dad and still maybe possibly figure it out. But when you take that mama away from that boy, you might get anything on the other end. And it's the same with these girls. You see what I'm saying? Think about this. I could give you the example within the example. Monique did not have the influence and or he physically raised her. Yeah, he paid the bills, but he didn't raise Monique. That's why Monique is 65 plus years old around here saying that another man that she takes care of raised her. Are y'all tracking what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Monique's father was not there psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually for her. That's why at 65 plus years old, she's over there saying that another man whom she takes care of is raising her. Okay, we tracking, right? That's the effect of a girl not having the father, right? And he was physically there. See, it's not about just being physically there. Physically there, that's one thing. I know a girl who had a 2-parent household and her dad was a stark drunk and her mama was physically there but absent because she was getting beat by the daddy. Yeah, 2 parents was in the household, but she did not grow up like me, right? So that's your example with Monique. Monique is at 60 plus years old saying that a grown man is raising her, whom she takes care of because the absence of her father psychologically still affects her till to this day. Now, flip that around and let's talk about the boy, the son. Shalom, what's his name? Shalom. I can't think of it. I don't want to mispronounce his name. He has not had the affection, love, and or support or a relationship of a mother. And if you ask me, he could be one of them red pill niggas, Shalon. Okay, he could be one of them red pill niggas out here saying, let's go unalive a whole bunch of black women. You know how they get. Y'all know how they get. Girl, 56, 65, tomato, potato, girl. It don't matter. 56, 65, anything over 50 is 65 to me. That's retirement. You know what I'm saying? Shalon, okay. But no, yeah, he could be really bad off. He could really be bad off. And don't get me wrong, I see some manipulation there, girl. I do. I do. He got his mom. He is mama's child. Believe that. You know. But ultimately, he's handling it, or he's seeming to handle it better than a lot of these other dudes out here handling it. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Let me say this, y'all. Let me say this. I need everybody to hear this at the sound of my voice. Hold on. Let me spit this gum out. When I called it out that Monique has a problem. Hey, Sonya. Hey, everybody. Y'all like the video. If y'all haven't already, please like the video. Please, 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 please like the video. I need y'all to like the video so we can get the video in the algorithm. I need y'all to do me a favor. Like the video, please. Let me fix my hair. Why is it? Oh, it was cute when I got on here. Damn, I wasn't on here 20 minutes, huh? 30 minutes, and we already jacked up. All right, so listen to me. We are in a situation where Monique, let me say this, girl. See, Cat Williams did his exposed interview, and the video went off without a hitch. People couldn't come back and really say what they really wanted to say or really have any rebuttal because Cat Williams had done swept in front of his own front door before he carried his ass over there to Uncle Shay Shay to tell everybody else about everybody else's business. See, the thing is, Cat Williams said, I'm a father of, I forget how many kids, 7 or 9 kids. We ain't heard none of them children come out and say that nigga lying, he ain't did X, Y, and Z. But see, Cat Williams made sure he swept in front of his own front door before he went carried his ass over there to the Shay Shay room, right? Well, Monique did not do the same. No, she did not. Monique did not do the same. See, Monique thought she was gonna get up there and do a little 1-2 yin yin yin. Oh yeah, me and my first son don't have no relationship like she's been doing for the past years. And she thought it was just gonna go off without a hit. She was gonna expose everybody, and her and Sydney was gonna ride off into the sunset. I'm sorry, unscathed. But see, the universe that she prayed to, and that was the dig we're gonna get into. The universe that she prayed to had other plans, right? So this one time you spoke about your relationship with your son where you thought, okay, it's just gonna, whatever. He had to come out here and tell everybody that basically, girl, you is a front. And it makes sense because you know what it gave me from the very beginning? Do you know what it gave me from the very beginning? That she forsaken all others for her man. We got Black women in our community who do it all the time. They will go against their churn, their mamas, they siblings, their friends for their man. That's what Monique gives. That's what Monique gives. That's what she gives. That she will battle Jesus behind her man. You know what I mean? And I knew it. I called it. I peeped it from the beginning. I wasn't gonna let her pull the wool over my eyes because I'm sitting over here saying, wait a minute, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. And we got to be honest and had a conversation at the Dollhouse that Black women do that. Yes, we do. Not me, but I know there are Black women who look like me in America who will put their man before anybody, who would tell their kids, I love my man. That just is what it is. And Monique, unfortunately, is looking like one of those women. And the signs were already there. She is nothing. She is so codependent upon that man. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's not normal. It's not okay. And for a lot of women sitting up here saying, oh, well, that's love. You don't know what love looks like. If you telling me that what Monique and Daddy over there got is love, and that's real love, and I don't know what love looks like, I don't want no love. Get the love away from me. Love don't live here anymore. If that's what love looks like, I don't want no love. How TLC say, I don't want no scrubs. I don't want no love. If that's what love looks like, I don't want no love. Okay? Okay? Now, let's get into some things. And listen, let me tell y'all something too. Everybody in the chat, it's some of us in this chat. It's a lot of people in this chat that can relate. And I ain't gonna call you out. You ain't gotta call yourself out. But it's a lot of people in the chat who can relate to a mother putting her significant other, rather it be your daddy or stepdaddy, over her kids. We all, even if we don't have the personal experience, we know cousins, friends, family who had that exact same experience. We not crazy. Come on now. We know. We can relate. We can definitely relate. And Monique is from that age range where they did that a lot. Okay? You ain't gotta call yourself out. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just saying, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be all surprised. You know how I go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how this goes. This is not the first rodeo of this. This is not, okay? So let's get into the son's initial what do you call it? His initial thing, right? So the son had came out right after the interview with Monique saying what she had to say. And he came out to say, basically, my mama did a lot of things for me financially. Shout out to the women who going to get the bag. My mom did a lot of things for me financially. Yes, she did. However, she was not there. And hold on, let me pause it. And there were a lot of people, a lot of women. I seen it in the chat, and it was very triggering for me. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It was extremely triggering for me. And let me tell you why. Because there was a lot of women saying, "Well, why he bring this to the internet? I don't appreciate him bringing this to the internet. That's still your mama." Oh, one person said, "Honor thy mother and thy father, and your days will be long." That's the part that triggered me. Ooh, Lord. If that generation of women won't weaponize that Bible to fit their agenda and they bullshit, they won't do nothing else. Do you hear me? See, when I seen somebody say, "Honor thy mother and thy father, and your days will be long," even though this lady has completely disrespected and did all kind of things and abandoned this child, even though he's a man, but I'm telling in reference to what was going on and this child, and that's your response. See, that's why women in that age group, that's why y'all are the catalyst. Let me say this before we move on. That age group of women are the catalyst for this, my age group of women, 35, 45, 50, who decided we was going to be completely opposite with our churn, and it completely backfired on our ass because now they're around here like Krishan's raising juniors. You know what I'm saying? Junior. I'm Illuminati. You know what I mean? Can't you tell I need love? Y'all the reason. Y'all will weaponize that book. Do you hear me? Honor thy mother and thy father, in the days will be long. Well, did you finish reading or did you stop there? Because that's where it fits your narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because what it also says is parents. Okay? Do not agitate the children. See, but they don't want to say that part. Oh, no. They don't want to put that part up there, because then if they put that part up there, then they have to be held accountable. Do you understand what I'm saying? But see, y'all weaponize that book so much, y'all, that triggered me. That part right there triggered me, girl. It blew me to smithereens. Do you hear me? Blew me to smithereens. Yeah, that's what it said. Don't provoke your churn. Thank you, China doll. China doll, you like my little fact checker. It's not letting me go up? Hold on. That's what it said, China doll. You're right. I can't find a comment. That's exactly what it said. Do not provoke your children. So don't just get up here saying, "Honor thy mother and thy fathers, and your days will be long." Go lay down, ma'am. Go lay down. Did you honor your mom and your daddy? Probably not. Let's get into his doggone response, girl, because he was dragging, okay? He was dragging, and I was here for it. Y'all make sure y'all notifications on, y'all, because you know how YouTube be playing. Y'all hit the like button. Wait, where we at on likes? Girl, we only got 312 likes. Let me go ahead on and give y'all an opportunity. Hold on. Stop share. We're going to pause for a word they call because we need to get the likes up. So what I'm going to do is run the intro back because apparently y'all forgot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all must have forgot or something. So I'm going to run the intro back so that you guys can hit the like button. Now, this is a commercial break. Hit that X. They got an X by the chat. Hit the like button and then come on back to the chat. We're not going nowhere. This is your opportunity. Hit the like button, please. I need the likes to match the amount of people in here so that the other people can know we over here because they may not know. I haven't been live in a couple of days over here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead on and get y'all the intro one more time. Please hit the like button, please.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Penny bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Penny bust it open for your B-O-Y. Penny, for your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now.
Come on, blaze up. You know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Have you or a friend liked the video? Please and thank you. It's free. It's free 99, okay? Like the video. It's my first day back, fresh out of jail. Well, I wasn't in jail, God knows. I was out of town. Yes, he does, Capri. Capri says, Shalon has every right to express what is hurting him. Black community has to listen and support without judgment. We ain't living in Monique's house. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm a channel, so I'll judge. I don't care. That's the point. That's what I'm supposed to do on here. I judge. And from what I'm judging, this is just for me. From what I'm seeing, from what's giving to me to judge, it's giving Monique got a lot of sweeping in front of her front door to do before she run around here trying to expose everybody, because it looks to me, this is only one son. We still haven't heard from the adopted son. It looks to me that she has a lot that she needs to work on, you know? But let's get into it because I don't want to be too long on here. I got to come back at 5 for Baddies East reunion, okay? Now let's get into it. Let's share the screen. So this is Monique's oldest son. Mind you, she herself, amongst him, has already said that she was not a good parent. Both of them have said this. So my theory is when he comes out and basically says what he says, if Monique would have just had a simple, oh, well, you know what, he's right, and I talked about this before, then it would be fine. But no, Monique wants to battle everybody, including her son. And to me, it is not a good look. Yeah, creative ambition, she adopted a kid. I'm gonna talk about it. Hold on.
I am Shalon. I am a stand-up comedian, Monique's oldest son.
Is it low, you guys?
Felt the need to make this video to just provide some context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe. I know to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is. I wrote it all down so that way I don't go all over the place and get emotional or anything like
It is low.
So I'm gonna talk.
All right, hold on. Let me do this. Since it's low, let me go to TikTok. Let me just go to TikTok and get it itself because that one is low. I want you guys to be able to hear it. Were her twins from a surrogate? I think I heard something about that. I think I did hear something about that. Hold on. Let me go get it from TikTok. since that one, and he's been responding too as well. Let me see if this one. That one low too. Is it just me? Like, is it? Let me see. Hold on. That one's low too, and that's on his channel. You heard fine. We just gonna go. All right. Let's just go get it, y'all. We're gonna have to go with what we know. If it's low, I'm sorry. It's on this is the one on his channel. So I don't know. Maybe he's just maybe it's just low right there, at the beginning. Let's get into it.
Hi, I am Shalon. I am a stand-up comedian, Monique's oldest son. I guess I felt the need to make this video to just provide some context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe. I need to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is. I wrote it all down so that way I don't go all over the place and get emotional or anything like that. So I'm gonna talk like I'm reading a script, but it's just gonna help me kind of stay together. But to address the Club Shay interview that she did, where she states that she prays to the universe in regards to reconciling our relationship, as I stated, is odd. My mother and I both know that that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie. Faith without work is dead, and neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. Neither one of us has had the desire to reach out to the other in a very long time, and I don't think that either of us anticipates that feeling ever returning. Speaking with my mother directly, in my experience, will either lead to some odd newfound moment of clarity in regards to how she was as my mother, or she retreats back to daddy to move forward with a conversation. And I'm tired of hearing my mother's truths.
Pause. I like how he said she retreats back to daddy to forward the conversation. You see that in all of the interviews. You see that in all of the interviews. She literally retreats to him for everything. This is listen, y'all have to understand. Daddy to Monique is literally like her, he's her God. He really is. She cannot, she cannot, she's so codependent upon that man. I don't think that she believes she exists without him. Even though she did before, I think in her mind she's already got it to the point where I have to be with daddy. It's got to be daddy. And he made it that way. Trust and believe. He manipulated that. Mind you, daddy was what, a salesman before he met her, girl, a salesman. That is the most crooked job you can have because all you do is lie to sell a product. That's literally all you do. That's literally all you do. So I like that he says that she retreats back to daddy because we've seen it physically with our own eyes. Mm. Mm.
Newsflash, I'm not sure if people know, but standing in your truth doesn't make you noble. I'm not sure if people are aware of that.
My bad, you guys. My bad. I had the other tab playing. Let me take the other tab off. That's not the one I'm sharing. Let me take this tab off. I had the other tab playing. So I'm listening to it, but you guys couldn't hear it. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let's go back into what he was saying. I got the right tab playing now. Let's get back into it. Hold on. That's the wrong one. Let's get back into it.
But responding this way, I feel as though it allows me to say my piece uninterrupted. To those wondering, well, why say something now? Call it a form of therapy for me, I suppose. But when her daddy had intentionally stated that they have 3 sons, but his wife is on the internet talking about the 4th son in a video that has millions of views, that rubbed me the wrong way. But anyway, to inform a child that you are not interested in being a mother at a time when that kid is the only kid that has the potential to lead a child to believe that you are not interested in them specifically. But to take it a step further, you also admit, my mother had also admitted to me that she didn't do the best job.
So really quickly, I saw that a lot. He's not reading from a script, according to him. He said, yeah, I'm gonna check it out, Slim Thick. He said that he wrote down his thoughts so he can organize and he won't be lost and get misconstrued, I guess. So not misconstrued, but he won't get confused as to where he is. So he's saying that he wrote down his thoughts for that. That's what this is. He wrote down his thoughts. Now, is it a script? I don't know. This is what he's saying. Some people think that somebody wrote that for him to say. People around here saying it's Tyler Perry child. I don't know. He said he wrote it down so he could really articulate what he want to say.
She could do, which would also make one begin to question, all of your past decisions and prior emotional interactions. But to be completely honest and fair, those were things that I was willing to get over. Nobody's perfect. We're all human. But my mother showed a clear lack of humility, compassion, and consideration when taking any level of accountability for those things. My mother.
High Priestess says he was wounded years ago. However, now he seeks to punish and humiliate her. If what you're saying is true, he has every right to punish and humiliate her now because he felt like he's been punished and humiliated as she went on interview after interview to speak about how she's not a good mother to her son. Yet, like he says, fate without works is dead because she's saying that she wants a better relationship, but she ain't making no attempts to have one. So if he is seeking to punish and humiliate her, sound about right because you've been playing in that. If I'm that boy, you've been playing in my face for years. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what it is, then I don't think he's in the wrong for doing so. I just don't. Monique does not have a desire to want to be that boy's mother, and I think it has a lot to do with what a lot of men do in our community. Y'all know how men be with you, everything cool. Then they go get the new girl, and they be over there trying to be a good father to her churn, and the churn they got together, and they did nothing with you and your child. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's what it's giving. I don't know what it is, but that's what it's giving to Monique. She got a new man. That's her daddy. He's raising her, and the churn that she had with him, she's gonna be better to them. Now think of being the child on the outside that's not getting that treatment, and you watching this woman, your mama, with a whole nother family, just go right off into the sunset like everything is smooth, and you left there holding the bag like, well, damn, what about me? So like I said, if he is seeking to humiliate her, he have every right to do so. Who am I to say you shouldn't do that? Because I don't believe in that old proverb of your mama could do any and everything to you under the sun. And then you just supposed to take it because you got to respect your elders. I don't believe in that. I believe respect and love goes both ways, not one way. They just do. That's just my opinion, though. Who am I?
It does a fantastic job of acknowledging a lot of things, but she doesn't take accountability very well, and anything that she may take true accountability for, it's only at her convenience, in my experience. But if I had to guess, though, her interest in being a mother probably started around the time that she married her daddy and had his children. But that interest, obviously seemed one-sided, and as it should have been. By that time, I'm in my late teens, so to some degree, the the neglect becomes easier to hide or validate.
See what he's saying? He's saying that my mama ain't had no interest in wanting to be my mama until she met her daddy and had children with him. But by that time, I'm 15, 16, 17 years old, girl. I don't have the same interest as you. And like he said, rightfully so, because your interest didn't come from me until you met this man. Why does my love for you, or why does your love for me have to come through a man? Why can't just be you, my mother, you birthed me? Let me make sure that the time I missed out with my son, let me just make sure that's taken care of. So I understand him feeling like, yeah, by the time she came around, I was over it. I understand that. He has every right. I'm sorry. You go all them years, your whole life, your mama ain't never had no words for you. She really don't deal with you. Now you got to watch her be an amazing mother to other kids and then flip around and be like, oh, now I'm ready to be your mama. Nah, some people might be like, I'm good. Some people might be like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let's build a relationship. But he has every right to say, yeah, at that point, it was over.
Validate, I guess you could say. There are now 2 baby boys in the house, that require attention. But still during that time, however, I still watched her enjoy the love and admiration of total strangers more than my own. To this very day, my mother has never expressed to me when, if ever, she became interested in me as her son. That did lead me down a path of questioning my self-worth and struggling to understand the value of a mother in a child's life. In the interview, she also states that she gave me an apology, but an apology to a son from a mother that consciously showed no interest in him holds no weight. There are still women to this day that my mother will give credit to for being more of a mother to me than she ever could. Her assistant, my cousin, being one of them. Every time, though, that my mother would state that she was right here whenever I was ready, that ideology still blows my mind today, that a person could openly admit to being an uninterested, not put my best foot forward type of parent and be so self-centered that they still express to the kid, you have to come to me when you're ready. You got to come to me for us to make this right. Okay. But I'm not sure what my mother could possibly think that she has shown me in the past or have for me now that's not money, goodness gracious, that would make me want to come to her or whatever those feelings are supposed to be. A mother is supposed to be the first woman that a boy falls in love with. I loved my mother very much, but my mother loved things more than she loved me, and she would validate her love for me by giving me things and would proceed to call me ungrateful or inconsiderate if said things did not have the desire.
Robin says, where is his father? From what I understand, he has a relationship with his father, but I don't think his father's presence is the issue. I think the lack there of his mother's presence is the issue. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think from what it's giving to me, he don't have issues with his father. He has issues with his mother because children, especially boys, need their mothers. You know what I mean? And I feel like he wasn't able to have his mother, and that's where the issues fall in. Listen, the daddy is in his life. It's not like he don't know his daddy and he don't deal with his daddy. He talks to his daddy, he deal with his daddy. You know what I'm saying? I think that at this point, it was just more or less of the lack of relationship he had with his mother. Okay. I think that's what this is about. That's what I believe is going on with this. I don't think this a daddy issue right here. This ain't a daddy issue. This one right here, a mommy issue.
Effect. I couldn't imagine what it's like to be her though. To ask God for what you want, and then He gives you what you need, though, only for you to ignore it and have the audacity to ask God for something else. And
yes, we are assuming, but we're assuming with what was given to us. Hey, Ayula, we are assuming with what was given to us. But I thought this was interesting what he said. He said that imagine asking God for something and then he don't give it to you and you turn around and ask the universe. You know what that gives to me? You know what that's telling me? He's basically saying his mama, whatever she asked God for, he didn't give it to her, so she asked the universe. It's giving Illuminati. Illuminati. That's what it's giving. Illuminati. What you mean you God didn't give it to you, so you went to the universe? Oh, got it. Girl. You can't make it up, Fate.
I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I didn't do that. And when he told you no, you went to the universe instead. By no means, though, do I want to give off any type of an impression that I am a victim of anything. It's not the case. As you can see, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm alive. I'm happy. I'm a dad. I'm healthy, I think. I drink a lot of water. I'm getting over a cold now. I still have my days just like everybody else. And, there were a few things that she did teach me along the way. I did learn how not to love from my mother. I also learned to make sure that I never lose so much of who I am.
I see a very interesting comment. Dashing Nurse says he needs to get up and get a job and take care of himself and his family. What makes you think he's not working and taking care of his family? This is a serious question because I see a lot of conflicting, things in the comment. And you know what is given to me? And this is not to you, Dashing Nurse. This is not to you. But I'm looking at the comments because I'm seeing everything. I got the comments playing on all type of devices, okay? And what I'm seeing is there are a lot of people who are giving this lady passes. And I'm sitting here wondering, the boy ain't on here saying she owe me money. The boy ain't on here saying that she didn't do things for me. He actually said that she used things to make up for not being there for me when she should have just been there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here saying, if he's saying the same thing that she's saying, what are we at odds about? Like, how are we still not in agreement, right? He's saying my mama used to buy things for me. Y'all got to understand, buying things for a child does not mean that you're doing the best as a mother. It's bigger than buying things for your child. It's way bigger than buying things for your child. That's only a fraction of being a mother. He ain't on here saying that Monique need to give him money. So I don't understand why people in the comments are saying, well, she bought things for him, she spoiled him, and da 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 da. What does that have to do with her not being a mother, being there? I'm confused at that part. That's the only part I'm confused at. See, we have to y'all want me to slow the comments down? Let me slow them down. Hold on. I'm gonna slow them down. Look, y'all have to understand this. Like, listen to what y'all have to understand. I know in this day and age, a lot of women, a lot of Black women in particular, feels like money and buying things for your child is all you need to do. That is the most false thing you can say. Okay? You need to do way more than buy things for your child. That's not spoiling your child. And y'all wonder why. See, y'all ever thought about it? Rich, clear kids end up unaliving their parents, now they going west, and they end up hating their parents. And y'all be sitting up there saying, but they gave her every way. They gave her everything that they needed. You know what I'm saying? They gave him. It's not about things. When it comes to the nurturing of parents, it's not about things. And I don't agree I think what you're trying to say, Tutu, is that's her way of showing love. I think that's what you're trying to say, but that is not your way of showing love as a mother. That could be your way of showing love to your significant other or a friend, but there's an innate instinct inside of a mother that says, I need to love, nurture, and protect my child. That has nothing to do with money. That has nothing to do with money. And I'm telling y'all, parents these days don't understand why they do all these things for their children, and their children grow up and hate them. And they be like, all the things I did for you, you ungrateful. It ain't about the things. It's not about the things. Why you think, listen, think about this. Why do you think they got kids who grew up with mothers who are addicted to drugs, and they have more adoration and respect for their drug addicted mothers than mothers who were there? Because it's a lot of times, even though their mother is an addict, they still see and they still feel a sense of love from that parent. Whereas the mama who's over there buying shoes, clothes, cars, video games, she sit up here saying, well, why he disrespecting me? Or why he don't love me? Because the things don't make up for the time that you need to be there. Does that make sense? Or for the sense of love? Like, I don't know. Maybe I think of motherhood differently. Maybe I think of motherhood differently from a lot of women. And let me just say this too. A lot of women who on here thinking that things are gonna be the tell-all be all, it's gonna be y'all. It's gonna be y'all. Yes, it is. It's gonna be y'all trying to figure out why. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be y'all. Let's get through this because I gotta come back and do Baddies East.
That I have to validate it through another person. And though I feel as though, in hindsight, I think she did it reluctantly. I do appreciate my mother, for showing me what the top of the mountain looks like. You know what I'm saying? It did give me perspective on what hard work and dedication can get you, but I don't want something like that at the cost of giving up something that I created. I don't want it that bad. And speaking of creations, I genuinely, truly.
I hate to stop this one last time, but this the part I need to say. Thank you so much, Royal Owens, for saying what you said, because maybe they'll catch it from this, right? She said it's like a man paying a woman child support but not spending time with the child. How often do we have men paying child support for kids, but the children don't never see their daddy? And the children grow up hating their daddies or resenting their daddies because, yeah, he paid child support, but where were you? Are y'all tracking? You see what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Royal, for saying that, because that makes all the sense. Maybe that's a very good analogy to use. That is exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. It's more than about the money.
I really did want my mother to have a relationship with my daughter. I even fought through those intrusive thoughts that were, if she wasn't interested in you, what makes you think she's going to be interested in your kid? But it took my mother no time at all to prove that those intrusive thoughts were correct. But what I can say, good for her, the universe did, bless her with three other sons. And God willing, I'm sure that all three of them are adults now. So I'm sure that one of them, God willing, if not all three of them, will make her the grandmother that she wants to be. I still look forward, to that moment for her. But overall, when it comes to the boys, though, I am happy that whenever they do hear me talk, sorry, my phone did something weird, but whenever they hear me talk, they don't know what it is. They can't relate to what it is that I'm saying. My experience with my mother is not their experience with our mother. So my prayer for her and them is that they continue to see her the way that they see her now. I do also want to make sure that I say thank you to my mother for giving me life. Without that moment in time, I wouldn't have had my little one. But outside of that moment, there isn't anything that either of us has to offer the other. In my opinion, it's a waste of God's time and the universe's time for praying for something that you are not willing to put forth any effort to obtain. Putting the work into becoming Monique is more important to my mother than being my mother. And I do not believe that it was never about her being there and waiting for me, but it was supposed to be about me being there and waiting for her. my mother's value had reached such a low point in my life that I no longer found it necessary to either want to wait for her or even go to her. But like I said, man, I'm super grateful that she has the opportunity to do it all over again. You know, I'm happy for her. I hope the Cat Williams tour goes well, but you know, the narrative that she prays for us to reconcile is a false narrative. It's not real, not appreciated if she stops saying stuff like that.
I want to say this. This young man was not disrespectful. This young man was not like condescending. He was very articulate in what he was saying. He got all his points across. He even in that said, I love my mother, and I hope that, you know, he doesn't feel confident that she would have the relationship with his daughter that she would have with the others, because their relationships are different. Anybody on here who's an older sibling to younger siblings, y'all know when your mama was young and had y'all, she was a different mama than what she was with the baby sibling, whether it's a boy or a girl. Y'all know they got a different upbringing than you did. If y'all over 5 to 10 years apart, you know the older siblings had a different upbringing than the younger ones, right? So what he's saying is, I don't feel comfortable that she would have the same upbringing or same relationship with my child, because she and I don't have that relationship. But she does have that with the other kids. So maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to make her the grandmother that she really needs to be, or she want to be, because he don't feel confident that Monique will do that with him. So I totally understood what he said. So then after this, you guys, Monique responded, her and Daddy. And when I play this, I want you guys to do me a quick favor. Please, 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 please pay attention to the body language. I'm not asking y'all to do anything. Listen to the words, but pay attention to the body language on this, because this is crazy. Hold on. Pay attention to this.
My son.
Really quickly. Also, mind you, his initial video was to Monique, not to Monique and Daddy. But here it is. Daddy got something to say, like he always do, and y'all wonder why I didn't want him on the Shay Shay interview. Peep this.
There was Instagram that was put up, or I guess
it was TikTok, baby.
TikTok that was put up by
my son, my oldest son, Shalon. And this is what I want to say to this. There are some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I'll say. Let's let it play out. Because the same ones that said to me, I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we'll watch this play out. And I do want to address this though, Shalon. When you say her daddy, then that's when mommy gonna say stop playing, because you know this has been Uncle Sid your whole life.
Pause. This what blew me too. Black women, black people, stop doggone confusing them damn churn. Stop confusing them fucking churn. She said, oh, you over there saying daddy this, daddy that. Stop. You know that was Uncle Sidney your whole life. Well, why is Uncle Sidney going in the room sleeping with my mama? Why is my mama marrying Uncle Sidney? Why does Uncle Sidney and my mama have churn together and they call him daddy, but I gotta call him Uncle Sidney? Mind you, it's already weird that my mama calls him daddy, but I gotta call him Uncle Sidney, and the other churn get to call him daddy while mama call him daddy. And that right there is an isolation of such. What are you doing? The moment, even if he was Uncle Sidney before y'all got together, the moment y'all got together, you should have sat down with your child and said, hey, baby, this is what it is. I know you called him Uncle Sidney, but he's not really related to us. He's been a good friend of mine since we were in high school, but he and I now are in love and we're going to be together. You don't have to call him Uncle Sidney, da, 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 da. You are isolating this boy inside of his own home. Uncle Sidney? No wonder they on Twitter calling him Uncle Daddy. That's crazy. Uncle Sidney? Girl.
Uncle Sid knew you before you knew you. So for you to say her 3 sons, yes, you're absolutely right. He has 3 sons. He can't claim you as his son because he's always been Uncle Sid. And he knows your daddy very well.
Pause. Ain't a bitch. Let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of black women who do this. This ain't just on Monique. There's a lot of black women who do this. You would sit up there and let him say he only had 3 sons, knowing that you had 2 when you met him. You had Shalom, which is your biological son, and you have an adopted son. Mind you, Sydney has a son prior to her, and then they got 2 boys together, 2 twins. There's 5 boys total. It's her biological son. She adopted a son after that. Then you got his son that he had before her, and then they got 2 boys together. He's supposed to be claiming all 5 of them churn, not just his 3 that came out of him. But that's another way, like I said, you are playing the divide game. Because what are you doing? He can't call you his son because he's your uncle. Or why is uncle fucking my mama? Make this make sense. He can't claim you as his son because you his uncle. He's your uncle. Well, why is my uncle smashing my mama? Remember I told y'all she put this man first? Y'all ain't want to believe me. Oh, that's just love and support. Oh, ma'am, go lay down. That ain't no love and no support.
And love that brother. And the irony of all of this is not what is said, but what's left off.
Yes.
See, you're leaving off the fact that the last time we laid eyes on you, your mother got you everything you needed for the newborn baby about 3 years ago. You're forgetting about how from Georgia.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta go get this. Hold on. I gotta go get this. I saw this comment. That caught me by surprise. Brielle said, I don't like Sydney, but Shalom isn't his. He doesn't have to claim him. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I don't even care for Sydney. He does not have to claim him, Brielle. But if you marry a man and you have children and he doesn't look at your children as his own, you should probably run away. Does that make sense? I know he don't have to claim him. Nobody has to do anything. But if you marry a man who does not look at your children and rear your children as his own, you better run. You better run, because that's the same person that you over there saying I do and nuptials to that will possibly sexually, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and all other ways abuse your child. That is very problematic. See, we got to start thinking about these things. We have to start thinking about these things, Brielle. You can't just say, oh, he don't have to. No, he don't have to. But I am not going to marry a man who does not look at my child and rear my child as his own. Listen, my man, I got a child, my child 21, his child 22. We didn't raise them children together. But guess what? When we was down in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, he was over there. Listen, he deal with my child like mine, like his, and I deal with his like mine. Does that make sense? That is very problematic. We have to be careful with that, because any man who could disregard your child will disregard your child, if that makes sense, and in a way that you may not be able to come back from. In a way you may not be able to come back from. Linda says he's grown now. Why not focus on yourself and be happy? Well, Miss Linda, and I know you older. Miss Linda. I know you older. I could tell by your name, Linda G. You know why it's not that easy to just be grown and focus on yourself and your happiness and your family? Because when you have childhood trauma, just like Monique said, didn't Monique just get up here and say, oh yeah, my daddy abandoned me when I needed him most. That's why I got this grown man raising me at 65. Just like she didn't have to abandon her trauma, he don't have to abandon his. You get it? Miss Linda, the way this works is she don't get to hold on to her trauma and then he got to abandon his. That's not how that works. Because she literally was over there trying to say, hey, DL, the reason why I dragged your daughter into it because I identified with your daughter because my daddy did me the same thing. Shouldn't we have been telling Monique, you grown, you need to just worry about yourself and be happy? That's what we should have been telling Monique. But we didn't do that. We sympathize and empathize with Monique because she's a Black woman. Let's be honest. We trying to make up for not having her back, to be honest. Let me just say this. Black folk, especially Black women, are trying to make up for not having her back the first time she came out about Oprah. Only this time, y'all wrong. Y'all should have just had her back the first time because she don't get to, Monique don't get to still live in her trauma, but her son got to grow up and be happy. No. And no, this is no shade to Miss Linda, so I'm going to get her off of here. But it's no shade, but they got a lot of women who think like that, and that's why them churn fucked up. That's why they don't have no relationships with their mamas and their daddies. That's why they could grow old and would not care if you're passed out or not. And then when y'all get super old and y'all need somebody to hold on to and call on, right? Then it's, oh, but you my child, you supposed to. That's your mama. No. That's not how that works. That is not how that works, you know? Y'all better be careful with the word. Words are very powerful. They mean a lot. Be careful with the, oh, he grown, get over it. Oh, he needed to be careful because you got to get old. And guess what? If your children don't take care of you, you're going down to the nursing home. And we all know what they do at the nursing home to your ass. Because you, that very child you saying just grow up and get over it, that's going to be the child you're going to need to take care of your ass. And then when he don't, then everybody going to want to try to shame the child. But that's still your mama. You only get one mama. Well, mama knows she only get one of me and she ain't care. She told me to grow up and get over it. Y'all better be careful because these new churn these days and age will put your ass. See, back in the day, you took care of your mama lock, stock, and barrel. It didn't matter. These people are different now. These people are different now. These churn is not the same churn from the 60s. These churn will leave your motherfucking ass down there at the nursing home and nobody will know. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? They wouldn't hold no funeral for your ass. They'll tell the people put you in a plastic bag and throw your ass in the backyard. Y'all better be careful. Because see, Black women have this thing. Let me say one more thing and I'm going to let y'all back to the video. Black women have this thing where we are told, we say that there's this undying loyalty that you're supposed to have for your parent just because they're your parent. We so conditioned to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That no matter what I do, I'm your mama. You supposed to take this and deal with this and still love and care for me because simply I'm your mama. Gone are the days, fat. Are y'all tracking? Gone are the days. These people in these days not doing that no more. They're not doing that no more. They not. I'm just telling y'all. So when it's time for you get sick, God forbid, you get sick, and the hospital say, is anybody here to take you? And you look to your left and you look to your right and ain't nobody there. Ask yourself what you did to make nobody on your left and your right. Does that make sense? I'm just saying. Y'all better be careful with that.
Georgia, am talking you through getting your car after we gave you the half of the down payment for it. And you were 31 years of age, 32 years of age at that point. And I'm negotiating the deal with the dealer for you as you sit there. And you have the vehicle you're driving right now because of your mother. These are the things that you're leaving.
Of all of my 40 years on earth, I thank God my mama still with my daddy. Because the day a nigga my mama taking care of, the day that a nigga is Saint outside, the day that a nigga, hold on, y'all. I think Saint outside, girl. Hold on. Girl, if Saint outside, I'm about to. My bad, y'all. He not outside. False alarm. I thought I had left him outside, girl. But listen, where was I? Listen to me. The day a nigga who my mama take care of financially come to tell me what he did for me, and I know good and well he did a motherfucking thing for me. This was my mama and my money. Oh, girl. Oh, hell no. The day, oh, girl. The way my mouth is, that nigga will come looking for me. But let him finish. Because what you not about to do, sir, is get on here and act like I helped you. I know you ain't did nothing, nigga. My mama did. And even if you went down and helped me sign for a car, that's what parents do. See, black people think that because you turn 18, you know what I'm saying? The child 18, they grown, just let them go about their business. No, that don't go like that. Sometimes at 25 and 30, you still need to assist these kids. That's how it goes. Girl.
Out when you were expressing what you're expressing in reference to your mother. You're not expressing the relationship that you have with your father, where you spoke ill to him, not to mention spoke ill to your mother, but somehow your mother and father and I all have a loving relationship and communicate back and forth because of the love that we have for you. The one thing these individuals, and to the individuals out here that oftentimes speak after they've heard one side of the story, there's an old saying, believe half of what you see and none of what it is that you hear. Please don't take our word for it, but what we will convey is this. Those who are parents and have raised their parents up to being adults.
Your children. Raise their children up to being adults.
Right on. Those who are parents that raise their children into adulthood know that there comes a time and a place in which they determine their own decisions, their own path. You can have multiple children that are raised in one house, but they act and they take on different things.
Oh, girl. Let me tell y'all something. The fact that he spoke on that man, daddy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we have a loving relationship, but you don't. Nigga, what? And then he's speaking and ain't nobody spoke to him. His only time he needed to interject in any conversation between Monique and her son is if he was being disrespectful to the mama or if he brought him up and said something to him. That man ain't said nothing about you, Mr. Sidney, Uncle Sidney. Uncle Sidney, that man ain't said nothing about you, Unc. Why is you over here responding? Mind your motherfucking business. Mind your motherfucking business. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. But see, that's why I told y'all thought I was tripping when I said, y'all, I don't know, y'all. I said, it seems to me like that man be all up in this shit. Y'all ain't want to hear it. Y'all ain't want to hear it. Y'all ain't want to hear it. I told y'all. Hold on. So now Monique Sons responds, it don't matter. Asking me what I want to eat. Monique's son responds, and let's get into what he had to say after his daddy, his uncle, as they call him Uncle Daddy, had said what he had to say. Let's get Monique's son's response, girl.
Response to my mother and not her husband, but yet he still had the most to say, which isn't uncommon. I also found it unfortunate that my mother does not seem to speak on her own. The only two worlds that I know where daddy is used is for children speaking with their fathers and women acknowledging their pimps. Her husband starts off by literally doing the very thing that I said that they would do, which honestly kind of made me feel as though their response was ironic because they validate my original video. Either A, she has some newfound moment of clarity, or B, she retreats back to daddy. In her retreat back to him, though, he does not acknowledge what I did say, but instead begins to create a new narrative of things that I did not say, which negates the effects of a response video. The two of you essentially created a new video rather than actually respond to what was actually said. You also brought up my father. My father, though, is not doing interviews talking about me. In quick regards to the three sons comment, under the context in which your husband was speaking, by your rationale, Ma, he should have easily had no problem saying 4 sons, especially since you say he knew me before I knew me. The two of you can sometimes come off as seekers of weak levels of empathy from others while at the same time sidestepping any accountability that one may need to take. To attempt to address what I said to another man while also trying to make your wife victim number 1 has nothing to do with you. My father did not need you to speak for him. You're her daddy, not his. My mother has been speaking on our relationship for years. So to imply that only one side of a story was told when there are several articles and interviews throughout the internet discussing my strained relationship with her, filled with quotes from your wife speaking directly about me while also providing vague context and downplaying the impact of an uninterested mother. I am 33 years old and have had ample opportunity to go to the media and tell some BS story for a BS amount of money, but instead I am on TikTok expressing my feelings for free. If the two of them were paying attention, I literally explained in my first video why I am responding using TikTok. And I should not have to repeat myself. My mother also states there are some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I say. Let's let it play out. Because the same ones that were saying, oh, I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we're going to watch this play out. First of all, who the hell is we if it ain't you and I reconciling our relationship? Second of all, it's power in a word. Nobody is playing, but I can understand why you would use that word specifically. As you stated in the Club Shay Shay interview, you had the mentality of a 15-year-old child. You required a man to raise you, and you were acting like a little girl. These are your words. It doesn't matter what context I have them in. This is how you thought of yourself as a grown adult who was someone's mother. Last time I checked, Monique fans, a 15-year-old grown adult who acts like a child but is in search of their daddy, they don't typically make efficient parents. But hey, I could be wrong.
The fact that he said, this is the last time I checked, Monique fans, I know it was a bunch of middle-aged to older women over there dragging that boy, talking about you need to respect your mama. I know it. I can smell it. I can see it. I know it. It was a whole bunch of Monique maniacs over there by that man telling about you need to, that's your mama, that's still your mama. Why you bring this to the internet when she done brought it to articles, TV shows, all types of things? I know it was y'all. I know y'all was over there trying to drag the boy, but I'm glad he added y'all in there because y'all cannot no longer do what you've been doing and nobody get to call it out. And he didn't even be disrespectful. He's basically respectfully saying, mama, you sitting up here acting like this, that, and the third, but ultimately you ain't shit. Now that's how I would have said it. He's being way more respectful than me. He calling her out on her bullshit as she should, or as he should.
On a more serious note, to sit there and allow your daddy to address my mental health in a weak attempt to pass my response off as a moment is disturbing and insulting to those of us who do have mental health issues. The way I presented myself was no different than my mother and her daddy presented themselves when addressing DL Hughley. And her precious sweet babies ate it up. DL is wrong because he's so loud. Mo and daddy are right because they're so calm. But I, for some reason, don't get the same energy. To simply try to call me crazy is dismissive and cowardice. Attacking somebody's mental status is a clear sign that you have zero to stand on. Furthermore, what kind of person still has a text message from their wife's son that is over 2 years old, still in their phone, saved just for the purpose of re-showing it to him?
Oh yeah, I got to show y'all the text messages that he pulled up too, but let me go ahead.
What I specifically remember,
and I don't think I saw this in the chat. I saw somebody say he need to shut up. Well, then if that's the case, Monique need to shut the fuck up too. You didn't get the role. You didn't, Monique them blackballed you. You ain't getting no more motherfucking roles. Shut the fuck up. If that's the case. If we're going to take that approach, if we're going to take that he need to shut up, then we don't need to hear another mammy motherfucking thing about Monique not getting roles and not in the Lee Daniels and the Oprah Winfrey and the Tyler Perry. Shut the fuck up, Monique. We don't want to hear that shit no more. If he got to shut the fuck up, Monique definitely needs to shut the entire fuck up. We tired of hearing it. We tired of hearing it. If we tired of hearing this boy and we just met him 2 days ago, we damn sure tired of hearing the last 10 years of Monique crying and bitching about not getting roles in Hollywood and having a doggone audition for roles that she feel like she shouldn't have to audition for. Monique, shut your big nasty ass up then. We don't want to hear that shit, Monique. If he got to shut the fuck up, damn it, so does Monique. Shut the entire, you and daddy, shut the fuck up. Now, see what I'm saying? You see how unfair that is? If he needs to shut up, Monique definitely needs to shut the fuck up because we done got 10 plus years of her running around here talking about how they done her wrong. Shut it up. We don't want to hear it no more. Shut it up. Shut it up. We don't want to hear no more of your shit, Monique. We've only had 48 hours of this young man, and we've had 10 years of Monique. Monique, shut your big nasty ass up. You and Sydney go plant some flowers or something in the backyard. We don't want to hear that ugly ass shit no more. That's all. If that's the case, we don't want to hear that ugly ass shit. Go plant some fucking cabbage in your backyard or something. I'm just saying. See how unfair that is? Y'all got to be strong.
Remember about that message is that at the end of it, you said something along the lines of, if you don't respond, I understand. I could care less about what your message was about. But for you to say in the message, if you don't respond, I understand, why was it then that when you and I did speak after that message was sent, the first question out of your mouth is, hey man, how come you didn't respond to my text message? I found that to be very unique, but I did not need an explanation on how to speak to women or how to listen to women. That was not what that situation was about. My mother showed me how conceited she is in that situation that you were referring to. For a woman to villainize the actions of her son for being a man and a father to his new family, simply because she had not heard from him in 2 days, as though her phone was broken and she could not check on me. Because last time I checked, I was a new parent. I didn't get a new house. I didn't go on vacation. I didn't just get a new game system. I had a baby. And in those 2 days that you did not hear from me, I was handling my business as a man and a father. But I'll assume your phone and the phones of those around you were all broken, which I wanted to believe was the reason why you did not respond to a message from your son expressing his concern over some bumps that your grandchild had on her back. You would later make it your business to tell me that you got the message and chose not to respond because her other grandmother is a nurse. Damn the fact that she is also your blood. And shout out to Nana. My baby girl loves her some Nana. The statement about money and then stating, don't let nobody introduce me to you, is not a competent statement to make because it wasn't a complete sentence, nor did the two things correlate with each other. And when did you have the time to introduce yourself to a son that you weren't interested in and didn't do the best job you could do? I'm starting to think.
You know what I come to realize really quickly? Esther says the division amongst the Black community is disappointing. Well, this how I look at it, Esther. I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody can't go. If you read the Bible said 2/3 ain't gonna make it. So that means there has to be a divide. We not gonna all agree. No community, everybody agree. So with that being said, if 2/3 ain't gonna make it, I'd rather divide and be on the right side than on the wrong. To be honest. To be completely honest. That's just me though.
That you're not hearing yourself. To address money, you gave me $10,000 for a down payment on a car. Yes, thank you again. Thank you. My girlfriend and I were already prepared to put our money together and get a car. You and your husband called us one day and stated that y'all were going to give us $5,000 for a down payment. We said, okay. You then called us back a day or two later and stated that you would be giving us $10,000 for a down payment on the car. You and him made the conscious choice to give us that money. We did not ask you for anything, but this is an example of a rich person doing something for you. And because this is, an example of a rich person doing something for you because they want to do it for you, but because it doesn't have the desired effect that they want it to have, you are inconsiderate and ungrateful. But let's take it a step further. I eventually would uncover that my mother had left me a UTMA worth $45,000. You never brought that account to my attention. You claim it was because you forgot that you even set it up in the first place, which validates my original point. Who forgets that they invested $45,000 into a child that at that time is the only child? When I was homeless,
Wait, I want to see something else. It was something else up here. Girl, y'all is crazy. High Priestess said he is super deep dupity angry. He is absolutely withholding that baby out of spite. I'm learning so much here. He is not the father he believes. He is willing to hurt his baby to hurt her grandmother. That's what you got from this, High Priestess? You got that he's withholding the baby, even though the text messages are going to show that she don't deal with her son. Like I said, let me just say this, and let me get you off here because I don't want you to think I'm talking to you. Let me tell y'all this, old women. See that older women, 50, 60, 55, 60 up. Let me tell y'all something. Get me up here. Let me say this part. This ain't back in the day. I'm telling y'all what I know, not what I think. This is not back in the day, okay? See, back in the day, no matter what your mama did, you took care of your mama because that's your mama. That's what you do, right? But in this day and age, these churn is reciprocating the energy they are giving. So while y'all around here acting a fool, doing your thing, and he needs to just figure it out, and he this and he that. When you need your child most, and you wonder why they're not there, think back to the relationship you garnered with your child. Think back to what you did to your child to have your child leave you. These people not sticking around doing like they used to do. These people not doing that no more. And let me tell you this, another thing, black women, that age group, and it's for all black women, but I'm specifically speaking of this age group. The other part y'all have to remember is, let me say this part too. Most of us will not die or we will not go into the afterlife with a partner, right? Even if we have partners, typically women outlive the men, right? So that means even if you're married, 9 times out of 10, you will grow old and you will rely on your children to take care of you. If you do not garner good working relationships with your children, when you need your children, when you need them to come and wipe your ass, and when you need them to take you in, or when you need them to help you out because you can no longer fend for yourself, you're going to ask yourself, why did my child abandon me? And I want you to hear this right here. I want you to hear it from my voice, right? I want all the women 55 plus. I want y'all to hear it from me. When you laying on that bed and that nurse is over there smacking the piss out you because she really don't want to be at work, and you sitting here saying, but my son got a house, my daughter got a house, this one got a house, that one got a house, nobody is taking me. I want you to hear my voice. Say, why is my churn not over here taking care of me as they supposed to? What did I do wrong? I want you to hear me say it, because see, they might not be able to tell you. I want you to remember me saying it. You know why they left your ass up there and they're not taking care of you? Because you neglected to take care of them. And I don't want to hear no ugly ass shit about it. I made sure they had food on the table, and I made sure that's a different breed of kids these days, right? So when you stuck on your bed and you can't wipe your ass and go to the bathroom, right? And you wonder why you don't have none of your churn at the foot of your bed, willing and ready to take you in. Don't ask yourself why, because you already know why. The relationship you garnered with your children growing up and even thereafter is the relationship you're going to have when you need them later on down the line. Because even if you're married, you're probably going to outlive your spouse. That's how it goes. It don't go like that. That don't go like to the point where you get to do whatever it is and then you and your spouse grow old together like they do in the books. That don't work like that. You typically, even if, which I know most of us won't, even if you have a spouse, he's gonna go, and you're gonna be stuck relying on them churn that you disregarding. You feel what I'm saying? Ask yourself when you get down there, because it's gonna come, why are you down there by yourself? You got nurses batting the piss out you, not changing for 3-4 days. You got bed sores. You're raw between the legs because the lady ain't come wiped it off, ain't gave you a bath in 4-5 days, and you're gonna lay there and the tears are gonna flow from the side of your face because see, you're gonna be laying on your back. So the tears gonna flow down your eyes to the side of your face. And I want to say, don't cry. Dry your eyes, fat. Dry your eyes. Because while you disregarded your kids, while you sat up there and put all stock and faith in the nigga or yourself, a lot of y'all, because it ain't just always a nigga. Most of y'all put everything into yourselves and disregard your churn. You see what I'm saying? When you lay there and you wondering why you got bed sores and your back hurting and you're raw between the legs and none of your churn is coming to help you, and them tears go from here because you're going to be laying down. They go from here to this, down the side of your face. Don't cry, fat. Dry your eyes. You garnered that relationship, okay? Now, I'm not promoting this, and I'm not saying this is what you should do. But what I'm saying is I'm aware enough to know that these churn is not y'all. Y'all let y'all mama do whatever it is y'all wanted to do, and y'all stood there and y'all stood by their sides. These are different breed of churn over here. They're going to leave your ass up there. And guess what? When your ass kill over, instead of them throwing you the big going home or home going that you need, they're going to tell the nursing home to wrap your ass up in a plastic bag and throw you down there in the deep where you over there with a deer now rolling in the deep. Carry your ass, wrap her up, put it in the deep back there, and I'm going to put a picture up and we're going to have a memorial down at the house and a repast. Yeah. Keep on with that ugly ass shit if you want in this chat. Because guess what? Words are very powerful. Words are very powerful. Even though you're not saying them and you typing them, words are very powerful. Keep on in this chat with the disregard and the degradation of your kids. You're going to need them kids. I promise you. I promise you, you're going to need them kids. You're going to need them kids at this age way before they need you. So go ahead on, keep disregarding them, fat. Disregard them. Go ahead on.
And I called you to help me figure out how to access the account. You said, Shalon, I don't even know what you're talking about. And if I did, why do you think I would help you? After finding out from the Georgia Department of Revenue that they had been sending me mail to 3 separate Georgia addresses, all of which I lived at with you at some point or another.
Wait, I want to highlight this. Listen to me.
For the life of me.
Thank you, Meek with the brown eyes. And if you don't believe that, visit a nursing home at Christmas. I've done it, and it was a lot of tears. Let me tell you something. My grandmother lived in a senior citizen living facility. They got a lot of senior citizens, and they're not a nursing home. It's like an apartment complex for old people. My grandma got 5 kids and a host of grandkids who stay up and down there by her apartment. But it's a lot of people over there I know who grandkids. I know they grandkids, and they don't even come see them at the living facility. Go ahead on now. Keep going on. Go ahead on. See, y'all see that generation of parents, that generation of women, y'all got to see fat meat is greasy. See, y'all got to have somebody slap the fat meat across your face like that so y'all can see that shit is real. Go ahead on. Go on. Watch. You better repair whatever relationship you got with your children right now. You better repair that shit now because you're going to need them. You're going to need them, and you're going to wonder why they leaving your ugly ass up there with the tears falling down from this side of your face because you laid down and the nurse don't want to come change your big ass.
I can't grasp how those letters managed to slip by so many people at 3 different locations. I did, however, eventually get access to the money and the brokerage account that you had set up for me with Morgan Stanley. To be fair, what you put together for me was amazing, especially had I let it sit for a year or 2, which made it bittersweet that you wouldn't have wanted to help or even educate me on how to manage what I had. My blowing through that money is all on me, and I have to take my accountability for that, and it's a lesson learned. Sydney stated that the last time that him and I spoke, I wanted to call him Dad. The actual truth is that I wanted to call him Pop. Calling you Uncle Sydney, but my mother calls you Daddy, and the boys call you Daddy. It was getting a little awkward. And yes, for a very short time, I did feel that way about you, but the more things change, the more they stay the same. Oh, Black Jesus. I do just want to really quickly give a really, really big thank you to the support that I've received throughout this. I didn't think that was something that was going to happen. I didn't make that video to have a tennis match with my mother. I do not plan on making any more videos. This is it. I've said what I wanted to say. To me, if you're not going to acknowledge, you've already shown me that you don't care enough to acknowledge what I did say. So I definitely don't have the expectation that you're going to acknowledge now what I'm saying. So it is what it is. But once again, I want to say thank you again, man. That day before I posted that original video, I went to sleep with 25 followers that I probably could name all. I could probably name all 25 of those people. I think I have over like 12,000 followers now. That's really cool, man. I really appreciate that. But I just can't say thank you enough. I know I sound like a broken record, but I do appreciate the love, and best of luck to my mother in Sydney. And I hope that the Cat Williams tour is incredible. I really, really do. But when it comes to me, I am going to enjoy being a dad and being a man and just going through life, man. I don't want to be famous or notorious for being someone's neglected kid. I don't want that to be my story. And I only said what I said just to provide context, not to become anything. But y'all be safe, man. Peace.
And let me say this as well. See how Monique over there putting Sydney amongst above everything? First of all, ain't no man, I don't give a damn how long you've been married to him. Ain't no man guaranteed to you. None. I don't care if you've been married to the nigga for 50 years. On 51 years, he might decide he don't want to be there with your ass no more. Okay? Y'all can sit up there and play them ugly ass games. You're going to win some ugly ass prizes, okay? Tiara says, it has gotten so bad that they don't even come to the hospital. I work in the ICU and these people literally die alone. That's what I'm trying to say. And even if I heard some people like, oh, he's just trying to gain followers. If he monetizes off of the situation as he should. She's been doing how many interviews and gigs talking about the dying relationship with her son? Uncle Shay Shay paid her, baby. Uncle Shay Shay paid her. Why he can't monetize off of his pain and she did? She monetized. Why he can't monetize off the bullshit? So even if he is monetized, as he should. Y'all can fuck around and find out if y'all want. That's why I say black people, especially black women, they gotta put the fat meat in front of your face so y'all can see that it's greasy. Girl, anyway, let's go to these text messages. So Monique exposed some text messages, and he was speaking to this in that video. So this is Monique with that passive aggressive ass shit. I told y'all about that at first. Look at Monique. Let me take this off. Hold on. So Monique posts text messages prior to this last live I just showed y'all, and she says, hey my sweet babies, here are the receipts from a mother who allegedly does not love her son. Oh girl, trigger. We are sharing this with you, Shalon, and the community. Some will completely get it, others won't. We love us for real. You know who gonna get this? And I already read them, but we gonna read them together. You know who gonna get this? The deadbeat mothers. They come in all ages, shapes, and sizes. Now, mind you, these are texts from 3 years ago. This is from 2020. If I had an iPhone, I would show y'all the text messages between my baby. Girl, me and my baby don't go 48 hours without speaking. Do you hear me? And she's in college. And if I realize, if I look up at one point, and my daughter 21, but she's in college. If I look up at one point and realize it's been 48 hours, I'm blowing the phone up because I'm on go, ready to go see what's going on with my child. So you showing us messages from 2020 and 2021, but then you want us to say that you want to tell us that these are receipts that you're not a deadbeat mother? Oh, girl. Let's get into it. Now, this is the first one. It's her, I guess, in the green. No, this him. Okay, baby. Hey, babe. No, is this her? Yeah, this her. Okay, baby. Hey, baby, just checking on you. Hey, baby, just checking on you. This is the same day. One at 9 p.m., one at 3 p.m. No, I'm lying. One on the 5th of December, 2020, checking on you. One on the 23rd of December, checking on you. Now, this is weeks in between. Then he says, hey, man, good morning. She says, hey, baby, did you mean to send this to me? LOL. Man, with a heart. Now, she must have deleted some stuff because I don't see it. Say, what is you over there scratching? You better not be scratching nothing. So then he goes on to say, hey, Mom, good morning. My phone auto-corrected my input, man, LOL. That damn autocorrect. That's her. That's June 26, 2021. In one text message she's got from December 5th to 2021 to January 5th, 2025, 21, I'm sorry. Girl, if I pulled up me and my baby text messages, I couldn't get 3 days worth of text in one page because we speak that often. That's how it is. So then she goes on to say, hold on, what are the rest of them? So then she says, hey, now I see you. Hey, baby, you good? I will call you tomorrow. I'm going to bed. LOL, your mama getting older. He says, LOL, love y'all. That was February 2nd. February 8th. Hey, sweetness, I hit you later tonight. He says, okay. February 12th. Now, this is from the 8th. Well, I'm sorry, it's from the 2nd to the 8th. Now, the 8th to the 12th. Hey, my baby, I'm going to call you when you get back home. We out with, hold on, let me go see. I couldn't see the rest of it, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. Now, from the 8th to the 18th, hey, mommy, I wanted to send Tough some flowers and stuff just cuz. Can you help me pick some stuff out? Because I have no idea what I'm doing, LOL. Now, Tough is apparently, allegedly, the cousin who raised him. Now, she said, hey, my baby, of course I will. Give me a couple of hours to call. Every time he's talking about talking to her, she's saying, I need to call you back. Then on the 22nd, he says, hey, ma, have heard of hypohidrosis? It's an excessive sweating disorder. She says, hey, my baby, no, I haven't heard of that. I will research it. That was on the 22nd. On the 25th, she says, hey, my baby, sorry I missed your call. Can we talk tomorrow? Call me when you go on break. If you can, love you. This is on the 25th. So then he says, sends a picture. And she says, yes, you look so handsome. This is March. Then she says, you better say that shit. What did he say, Monique? You deleting shit. Let me know when your break starts. Hey, my baby, how are you today? I'm okay. Been overwhelmed these past couple days, working through it by talking with Nicole. This hasn't been the best sales week so far. I've been feeling more anxious about it than usual. Nicole has been helping me chill out, though sometimes she's the reason for the stress. LOL. Now, if my baby say it haven't been the best couple of days, I'm not going to respond via text. What's going on? Everything good? What you need? Then she says, hey, my baby, let's talk when you get off. He says, can I call you in 30 minutes? She says, hey, my baby, can you give me an hour? She's always too busy. He says, that's cool. Then she texts back on the next day saying, hey, my baby, you up at 8 o'clock in the morning? And then nothing. Then move to April. She said, hey, my baby, please, you know you can still sleep. Please know you still sleep. However, when you wake up, I want you to have an awesome day. He says, yes, ma'am. How y'all doing this morning? She says, amazing. He says, my appointment with the DMV is on May 7th, so I can start the process for my license. I have 3 derogatory strikes on my credit. I will clear up 2 of them at the end of the week, just letting you know or telling you my to-do list. She says, I know you will get it done. Let's go. That's April 8th or April 6th. April 8th. She cut it off. It says, Jamaica, how y'all doing? I guess he must have asked where you at, and she said Jamaica. He says, we're doing good. Cooking a late dinner, salmon, salad, and rice. The doctor's appointment went well. We met one of the midwives. Listen, so he's in the process of having a baby. Monique needs to be hands-on. How in the hell is she not hands-on with the process of him having his first baby? Unless her and the girl beefing. She says, oh, wonderful, my baby. Did y'all hear my baby's heartbeat again? Remember, Jamaica. He says, yes, ma'am. Of course, I remember Mr. Jamaica. How is he doing? So I guess that's not what it was. And the baby's heartbeat is strong, and we forgot to ask for the BPM. She says he's doing good, still looking the same, just got older. It's been 15 years since I've seen him. First, Nicole getting big? So you haven't seen the girl? They don't come by the house? Why are you asking if she getting big? They ain't came by the house for dinner just to say, oh, hey, mama, we just stopping by. It's Sunday. He says our next appointment is on June 11th for an ultrasound. Then he sends this emoji. She says, okay, now you see how I feel when I get this technology shit, super cheese. And then he put LOL. She says, hey, my sweetness, Hope y'all having an amazing day. We are on our way to get some raw food. Yummy. And then he put an emoji in. And then something about getting done with her interview. This is October now. We've gone from April and May to October. In October, no, let me back up. Let me see what the last date was. June. April, May, June. Now we to October. Y'all not telling me this is a woman who's very in tune with her child. She says, that's your mama. She done deleted so much shit. And then he says, hey, mommy, are you awake? Hey, mommy, how are your eyes feeling? That's 2 days in a row he texts her. Then she says, hey, sweet baby, I haven't forgot. I'm trying to get myself together. And then she says, hey, my sweet baby, I will call you after we speak with Tamika and Thomas and her father. We talked to them at 7 p.m. this evening. We got y'all back, you and Nicole. We don't know what that's about. She deleted a lot. Then I guess, yes, this is Uncle Sid. This is Uncle Sid. Remember today, and this is Uncle Sid. If you don't change your immature ways, you're going to lose, my man. We can't be mad at you, but we're definitely sad for you. Who the fuck asked you, Uncle Sid? How do you go from putting your mother on hold when generations of families are able to see Sanai on Nicole's side, but you have no instruction to Tuffy or your mother as to when they would or could be able to see Sanai until after Tuffy brought this fact to your attention? So now the boy already said that he was uncomfortable with the idea of Monique having a close relationship with his daughter because, hell, she don't even have one with him. So now y'all was absent throughout the pregnancy per your text messages. Y'all were absent throughout the pregnancy. Now y'all want to raise sin because y'all feel like y'all need to have the same access to the baby? This is what he said. Interestingly, you're a man now, but you were a little boy just days ago as you needed me to walk you through getting a car. The items for the baby you wouldn't even have if your mother, Tuffy, and I didn't care enough to do that for you and Sanai. Sir, you didn't buy a motherfucking thing. You broke, sir. You needed to be rescued from your apartment weeks ago by Tuffy, but you cussed her out days ago. What's wrong? This is what they are sharing as receipts. This is what they're sharing as their receipts. These are the receipts, you guys. Drando, I don't know why we privy to this conversation. We privy to this conversation because Monique thought these were going to be receipts to clear her name, that she's not a deadbeat mother, that this is going to show us that she's an amazing mother. I don't know about y'all, but if y'all got that she was an amazing mother, that's on y'all. I didn't get that from this. But again, see, this is the difference between me and what's the boy named Shalon? Because if I was Shalon, I would have boxed Uncle Sid nasty ass up a long time ago. I would have bopped him upside the head a long time ago. I promise you. But this is supposed to show that she's a good mother, and basically, her son is lying. Girl, let me say this, girl. Let me say this. Wait, I want to show y'all one more thing before we close this out, because I got to do baddies here in a minute. I want to show y'all one more thing before we close this out, you guys. So, let me get it. So, Monique, like I told y'all, has 5 boys total. Now, I'm going to say Monique because when you marry somebody, you take on the other children, period. That's just the way this works, right? This is her oldest boy. That's the one we talking to right now. This is the oldest boy. This is Shalon. This is when she took him to the BET Award. Y'all remember that way back in the day? This is her oldest son, Shalon. This is the child she had before she got with Sid. Then she goes on to say, I'm sorry, these are the children that they have together. Well, these are her twins. This one right here and that one right there are twins. That's the twins they have together. This one is his child prior to them being together. Look at it. Put yourself in the shoes of Shalon. Put yourself in the shoes of Shalon. If you didn't get no time and nothing from your mom, what would you think of looking at this? Wouldn't you? I would resent my mama too. I I would really resent my mama. Like, dang, mama, like, you over there playing super mom to them and you ain't, come on now, for real? Then look. That's another picture of her and Shalon. That's another picture of her and Shalon. This is her, Shalon, and the adopted son. Y'all was wondering about the adopted son? I told y'all they have 5 kids all together. The one biological she had, the adopted son, and then Sydney came with his child, because that's how it works when you get married. You take on the children too. So Sydney's child comes along with that, plus the twins they have together. That's 5 boys total. You get it? And to be honest, I believe, because Mia said she had the nerve to adopt. You're right. I believe she adopted because whatever that man she was with, whoever that man was, she was with, wanted that baby. I think that's why she adopted, because of that man she was with, wanted a baby. And she probably didn't want to set her career aside to have another child. So she said, I'll adopt, we'll adopt. That's what it's given to me. That's what it's given to me, to be completely honest. But yeah, she adopted. Of course, who wouldn't be? I think you would be happy to be at the award show in 2024. Everybody would be happy to be there. That still don't mean she was a good mama. Let me see. I think I got another photo. And this is her and daddy. That's her and daddy. But the biggest picture that we need to get, this is the biggest picture that we need to get. That one. You get it? Let me say this, and I don't even want to hold this up long. Monique is a very troubled and traumatized, battered woman. Monique experienced hell that a lot of us in 2024 probably wouldn't have been able to go through. Monique has experienced a whole lot of things that she's still dealing with in 2024. And my heart goes out to Monique for that. I'm going to be honest. My heart literally simply goes out to Monique just for that. It goes out to her. My heart goes out to her. But we have a culture amongst Black people that instead of healing our wounds and healing our trauma, we like to then project said trauma onto other people, and it's not right. She should not have procreated and had kids knowing that she was not ready and willing and capable and wanting to have kids. It's not fair to the child that you bring into the world, even the one you adopted. You don't get to neglect children because you were neglected. That's why you're not supposed to bring kids into the world until you are really ready. Monique has allowed this man, Sydney, come into her life and capitalize off her trauma and her pain. Yes, she did. Capitalize off her trauma and her pain. Also manipulate said trauma and pain to control her and in turn control her kids. We haven't even heard from the biological kids because I'm pretty sure their life wasn't the best. But at the end of the day, we have to be honest about the things that's going on and has gone on in our past. You don't get to because you went through it, then turn around and put it on other people. That's not how that works. That don't go like that. That boy's daughter, her son's daughter, looked just like Monique. Her son's daughter, Shalon's daughter, she is so resemblant of Monique. That's the universe. You see what I'm saying? That's the universe throwing it back up. I didn't say she was a deadbeat. What I'm saying is there was neglect. There was absolute neglect there. But just because you were neglected don't mean you get to neglect other people. That don't go like that. That's the only part I'm saying. moving on. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much longer because I gotta get prepared for Baddies East. Baddies East will be coming on at 5, maybe 5:15 at the latest. We'll go over this Monique thing some more. We'll go over it some more because I got other things to do. I just don't want to be oversaturated because I need to come right back. So you guys, please, if you haven't already, hit the like button. I appreciate everybody being here. And like I said, if you have, I don't care what age you are, be sure you are very mindful of the relationship you curate with your children, because it will, not that it can, it will come back to haunt you. These churn is leaving y'all ass up there at these nursing homes and at these hospitals, okay? Now, if you're interested in Baddies East, a live reaction will be happening here at 5 to 5:15 on this channel. I will put out a reminder. Thank you to everybody who pulled up. Like I said, we'll go over some more stuff with Monique because I feel like this is a developing thing and it's going to keep going. Thank you to everybody who supported me. Really quickly, let me shout the people out. Really quickly, let me thank you to everybody who supported me. Thank you, Naya, for the support. I appreciate you. You helped me unlearn so much BS. Keep saying the truth. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Shawqueese, for the super chat, for always speaking the truth. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you, Terry, for the super chat, for the cash app. I'm sorry. I love your channel and content. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen, for the cash app, for love mom's doing great and love your greeting. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen, for the cash app. And thank you, Nancy, for the cash app. Thanks for your time. Stay encouraged. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and josh y'all up out of here. Like I said, meet me back over here at 5, maybe 5:15 for Baddies East, because I got a lot to say that we got to get off our chest. And we'll go back over Monique sometime later. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow morning or sometime tomorrow. I love y'all. Y'all take care of each other. And I'll see y'all later, okay? Bye.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up, Then it bust it open, lift it up, yeah. Come on, lift it up, Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. Bend it, for you, rockin' for you, lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bust or not.
Come on, blaze up. You know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.